folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure, where today we are going to be continuing work on this beautiful month of America, extending the island of Gilyerm. And today, I've got two goals. Basically, one, we got to remove that temporary wall. Now, that wasn't built to be a temporary wall. It's actually, that wall represents a failing on my part, because I failed in the construction of this island. Remember, we started the expansion there. That was like one whole video at the start of the month, and then realized the very next day it needed to be bigger. And I'm actually thinking it might even need to be bigger still, because it kind of looks a little bit silly. I still don't have the map. We still don't have Journey Map updated yet, but if you have a look, like, I guess I can go up top here. If we go all the way up to the top of the creeper egg, you'll see what I mean from on high. It looks a little bit silly. I actually need to check Journey Map, because it might have been updated by now, and there are other map options. We've been using Journey Map, but we don't have to be using Journey Map if we don't want. We've got other options here, but now that we're up top here, you can kind of see what I mean a little bit, where it's just, the whole shape of the island is wonky. It doesn't look quite right. No other island is shaped quite in that manner. I'm hoping maybe it'll look more normal once it's filled out some, which is something else we're going to be doing today. Because remember, we talked about turning this into an underwater cavern sort of a situation. And I still really like that idea. So what we're going to do is, rather than fill this up with sand, this also saves me a lot of time, by the way. But what we're going to do is we're going to cap it with sandstone. And then at some point in the future, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, we're going to come down here and we're going to kind of like mold the sides of it so that it's not like these perfect straight chutes, but it kind of like goes up and then across the top there. And it looks like a more natural sort of a cave situation. And then the entrance to it, I just decided this, is going to be here, a part of this structure. So you'll swim down here and this back wall will be open to the inside, but we're not going to do that just yet, because we don't have any sandstone to support the sand on the top there. Also, we've been here, right? We've definitely searched. Yeah, we've gotten the contents of that chest before. I thought that would be cool and nice and neat and interesting. So that is what we're going to be doing. Before we actually work on the inside, though, we do have to go on a grand expedition to find ourselves some additional conduits, get some more hearts of the sea, so to speak, and only then will we proceed to do work inside of here on planting a bunch of sea pickles and stuff. But for now, we're going to do the capping. All right, we've got to cap this thing off and remove that. I keep calling it like a false wall. Every time I think about it in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, the false wall. It's not a false wall, it's a real wall. It's just not supposed to be there. I guess we'll start with that. There's a lot of monsters out here. I've been under the water for the most part breaking these, and now that I'm back up on the surface, I can see that there are, in fact, a lot of mobs. We should probably go to bed before we proceed, and maybe come back out here with a few torches. No, to heck with it! Send it! Send it! Run with the torches! Run with the torches! I'm invincible! Hiya! Well, that would have been a really funny place to die, but I'm glad I didn't. That would have been a hassle. I've used nearly a stack of torches, and I don't think I need to have used that many. And I think I'm going to run. I mean, I'm definitely using more than I need. I'm now concerned that I'm not going to make it all the way around. See, you might think I did that on purpose, right? You might think like, oh, that's funny, Rees, haha, because you said earlier. That wasn't on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. I thought I was going to. I thought it took 2 hits to kill him, but I didn't wait for the bar to refill. How does that? You got 3 pieces of the most powerful armor in the game on. How do you just die? I can't even remember the last time we died on our island. Have we ever died on our island? I don't feel like it. I feel like this has always been a safe place for us. You know, if I held that death totem in my offhand while we worked around here. No, that feels silly because we're at home. What are the odds we're gonna die around here? At home. Higher than you'd think, apparently. Higher than you'd think. Cringe and embarrassing. Being abundantly cautious now. Okay, that's all the torches I've got. Yeah, I've used way too many. We did not need 64 for all of this. It's okay, we have an abundance of torches inside the house. I just went and grabbed another stack. I can continue to be wasteful with my torch placement, and there's no consequence. No negative consequence whatsoever. Alright, now time for the next stage of the operation, which is going to be doing that to get the sandstone, and then we got to turn that into the smooth sandstone. We probably have smooth sandstone, but, you know, it would be up here, and I think we made an abundance of it. We don't have enough, though, is the problem. That is not enough. We need way more, so we're taking all of this up there. We'll probably need more than that as well, because we got to cap this entire thing. So let's throw it all inside of here. I think this is where, yeah, items hop in to be smelted. So we'll put all of this up here, and then this is for fuel over here. And we have a lot of lava now. I made a bunch of additional lava buckets, and I've just been filling them up, kind of off camera. So using the lava in the basement that we've got. And in fact, I would wager that it's probably all filled again, because it all fills up pretty quickly. Also, this is faster than using the stairs. Yeah, look at this. Isn't this beautiful? It's not completely filled up, but it's close to. Close to. Toss that back in there, and that ought to be more than enough to get this process started. Smooth sandstone, let's go! I'm gonna get rid of some of this other nonsense in my inventory that I definitely do not need. And then we have to make a very difficult decision on how to proceed. And I'm sure that no matter what I choose, I'll not be happy with it later on. And I'll bring it up constantly, how I wish we'd done it slightly differently. But I'll never go back and change it. Alrighty, inventory is cleaned, and I am ready to head out and make this difficult choice. What level are we going to build this on? Are we going to build it flush, like so? Or are we going to build it above, like so? Also, there's a dolphin. So the problem with doing it like this is that it leaves this air gap at the top, whereas if we do it like this, there is no air gap. That seems like the correct option to me. That seems like the way to go. Dolphin, are you going to be stuck in here now? Do dolphins despawn over time? What if we give him a name tag? Will he hang around? Hold on. We're gonna discover this together. What level was I when I died? How much XP did I lose being a silly goose? Don despawn. As in don't despawn. I should have named him Don T despawn. Oh, that would have been funnier. I have the power to go back and do that, but I won't. Ah, darn it. There you go. Don T. Despawn. If you'd like to have a dolphin named after you, consider supporting us at the Gold Tier as a channel member. Wahoo! Where are you at, dolphin? Oh, come here. Come here, hold still. There we go! Don T. Despawn. He's here forever now, baby. Wow. This is helpful. This is actually really helpful. But it doesn't last forever is the problem. We need a bunch of them down here. I mean, what are we gonna do down here? Once we can breathe underwater, I still don't know what we're going to do down here. I've got no idea. I've not thought that through. Yep, this is it. This is going to be the process. This is how I'm spending the next 40 minutes of my life. In the annals of history, America's triumph in the Revolutionary War stands as a blazing testament to the unyielding spirit of liberty. From 1775 to 1783, brave patriots, fueled by an insatiable thirst for freedom, defied the might of the British Empire. With unwavering resolve, these colonists transformed into soldiers, forging a nation through blood, sweat, and sacrifice. The war began with the defiant stand at Lexington and Concord, where Minutemen faced British regulars, sparking a revolution. Under General George Washington's steely leadership, the Continental Army endured brutal winters, scarce supplies, and daunting odds. Yet, at battles like Saratoga in 1777, American forces proved their mettle, securing a pivotal victory that swayed France to join the cause. French aid, ships, troops, and funds bolstered the Patriots' resolve, tipping the scales. By 1781, the tide turned decisively at Yorktown. Washington, alongside French allies, trapped General Cornwallis's army, forcing a surrender that shattered British hopes. The glorious victory showcased American ingenuity and courage, proving that a united people could overcome tyranny. The 1783 Treaty of Paris sealed America's independence, granting sovereignty to a nation born of principle. The Revolutionary War was more than a conflict. It was the dawn of a beacon for freedom. Ordinary farmers, merchants, and militiamen rose as heroes, their legacy a shining example of what determination and righteousness can achieve. America emerged not just victorious, but as a symbol of hope, destined to inspire the world with the ideals of liberty and self-governance. Let every patriot celebrate this heroic saga, for it forged the greatest nation on earth. Oh, folks, what a process. What an absolute process. What an absolute procedure. The place is a mess. I had to go get sand not once, but twice. Now, we didn't need quite so much of it. We only cleared out the loot box, and not even fully, but we needed a lot. He flies by sometimes, and it scares me. I forget he's out there. It gives me a little startle. As the British might say, he gave me a fright, didn't he? So, yeah, that took a long time. I had to build a bunch of additional furnaces to cook up the sand, but we capped it. And I just want to say, based on how long it took to cap it, I cannot fathom the amount of time it would have taken to fill it in with sand. So now I'm quite happy that we made that decision to not do that, and instead just cap it. And I'm looking forward to building a cool underwater structure in there. Now, what are we going to do under there? What's going to be that? I don't know yet still. I have no idea what the underwater structure is going to be. No idea what's going to manifest there, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Now I need to rest. I'm tired. We need to redo the way that sand gets collected in the end to have it all, like, go down to the bottom chests, so I don't have to go all the way to the top and get it, like, out of the chests one at a time, all the way down. If they just all, like, hoppered from one chest into another, all the way down, so that as soon as you take out the bottom one, the next one starts filling back up again. That would be swell, that would be great, that would be a good idea. I need to test to make sure the thing still works in the latest version of Minecraft. We are on 12.6 now instead of 12.5, so it could have been broken. I don't know yet. We'll have to check and see. Till next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you later. Goodbye!